plays Foley, Clay Pigeons. It's a great song. I've heard it a bunch before, and I always thought it was kind of cool, and then it was requested a bunch, and so I really focused in and listened, and I fell in love with it. I now understand why you all are requesting it. It's a gorgeous song. The melody is incredibly catchy, and the lyrics are great. Cool intro. I'm doing the live rare version on YouTube. He's got capo on the 2nd fret, but there's many different versions, but it's one where he's just sitting there, and he really nails the intro. It's gorgeous. Let's do it. Not super hard, but really pretty. This is a great one. Don't skip it. Let's do it. One quick note before we begin. Next Thursday, the 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to put below a link to a Zoom meeting, and anybody is welcome to come on and join, and we'll see if it's fun. We'll just talk music. I can answer some questions. We can share songs and our favorite artists, and we'll hang out for, I think I only have half an hour. I don't pay for Zoom, but it could be fun. So 8 Eastern, I'll put the link below. Anybody is welcome to come on Zoom. Maybe I'll do a little mini lesson, or we'll just talk and have fun. Maybe sip potato vodka, maybe tea, maybe coffee. I don't know what time zone you live in. So let's try it out. It might be cool. If this is something that you think you're interested in, send me an email. I'd like to get an email list going for this stuff too, in case the link changes, or maybe we can coordinate a better time for people. But next Thursday, 8 Eastern, let's do it. Let's join a Zoom meeting and have fun. All right, but let's play some Blaze. First measure. I'm pinching low E in the B, B1. Then B2 is the thumb on the 4th string, and then and is 3rd string index finger. To pinch, thumb and. Then we have thumb again on the 6th string. B string is open, then the D string with my thumb. Pinch, B, E, D. Measure 2 is really beautiful. We have 2 notes in there that give it some color. We're still in that G, but we have a pull off right at the top. And then we add an A, which is the 2nd fret on the G string. So let's walk through that. First beat, we're pinching, but we put our 1st finger down on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, 1st fret of the B string. So I'm pinching 6, the low E and the B, but I'm pulling off with my 1st finger. So we have that together. Then my thumb's alone, and then right after that, I'm putting my middle finger down on the 2nd fret of the G string. So we have thumb and, right, putting that middle finger down there. That's the hard part. Pinch, pull off, thumb, index. Then it just ends thumb and thumb, which is low E, B, D. So together we have really pretty with that A in there. It's like a G9. And here we have the 11 at the beginning. Letting that 2nd fret ring until the end of the measure. 3rd measure, classic little folk change. So we go from the G to a C, but we keep the G in the bass. So we put these 2 down in a C chord, right? Pretty common. If you've watched any of my videos, we've probably done that one. So we have pinch. So pinch, thumb, and on the 3rd string is the and, the G string. Just end E, B, D, or 6, 2, 4. So together, pinch, 2, and 3, and 4, 1, and 3, and 4. Let's have the other measure right to that. A lot of cool colors here too. So now we've got the 4th measure, and what I'm doing right at the beginning of this pinch is I got my pinky down on the 3rd fret of the B string. So we pinch those, and you pull off to 1. So we're still in that C chord, but we're adding another cool color, making it a C9 again. Thumb, and that and's on the G string. Then we end that fourth measure with just thumb and thumb, but you pull off. So let's do that slow. We got E string, the thumb, D string with my middle finger, thumb again on the D string, but I pull off 4 and. So that whole measure, pinch and pull off. Cool. There was this crazy, Joseph Zarnowski, you remember, there was this crazy in Chicago, there was a public radio station, and there were clowns. I'm not making this up, I swear to God. There were clowns, and they would do weird things, like really creepy things that kids shouldn't have been watching, even though it was public radio. It was like nothing really explicitly gross or profane, but it was implicit. And they would, at certain segments, there'd be this crazy wheel that would spin around, and the clown would be looking at you. Give us your money, and we will give it to God. And flashing on the bottom of the screen was a P.O. box. Give us your money. Give Mike's music method your money, and he will give it to God. Fifth measure, back to the G. Pretty straightforward, but we got this cool anticipation note at the end of the measure. Because it's anticipating a D chord with an F sharp in the bass, which is to come. So that fifth measure is just thumb, thumb, and. That and's on the third string, the G string. Thumb, thumb, and is on the second string there. Then thumb, and is when I put my middle finger down on the second fret of the G string. Measure 6. So I had that A from the previous measure, and when I put that down, I'm keeping that finger anchored there and going to a D chord with the F sharp in the bass. Now we really only need 2 and then 3 on the second string, so you don't need the high E string. We're not going to play it. So I'm using these two, but you can do it however you want in there, or you can put your thumb in the bass, whatever's comfortable for you. Another anticipatory note that we'll get to in a second. So we have thumb, thumb, and is on the second string. Thumb, thumb, and back to, so that's the first part, 1, 2, and. Then I've got 3 and 4 and, which is low E, index on the G string, thumb on the fourth, and then I lift that middle finger on the G string to the ending, so it's, and get that timing right. I'm only lifting at the very end, right? So it's E, G, D, G, lifted. So that whole measure. That's because we got that G because we're anticipating the next measure, which is a G. Let's do that. Thumb, 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 and is on the G string. Thumb, and is on the high E, and my pinky's down for that G. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Then the next measure, we'll just finish it off. Thumb, 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 and thumb. And that and was on the G string, the third string. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Listen how beautiful this all is. So subtle. Those little anticipations, the pull-offs. You will weep. You'll weep. Ready? 2, 3, 4. gorgeous. And if I sound so relaxed tonight, it's because I am. In Pennsylvania, we have this delicious potato vodka called Boyd and Blair. And you just can sip it neat. If anyone has Boyd and Blair, run, grab it, pause the video. Cheers. Cheers. You're a special boy if you have Boyd and Blair. Cheers. Just a tiny little bit to mellow out, teach you some Blaze Foley, 1 drink maximum, don't get crazy. We're hanging out, we're learning music together. Now, I've spent a fair amount of time listening to Blaze do this verse, and I don't know what's going on. I mean, I know what's going on, but I can't. The pattern is so random, and with him singing, it's hard to know exactly what's happening. So don't beat yourself up about the pattern here on the verse. Just stick with something in the right hand that sounds cool. He's doing quite a bit of variation and changing it up every time. But don't worry, we're just going to play the chords. I'll show you how I did it. If something comes more naturally to you, that's totally fine because you're going to be singing and you don't want to make it overly complicated. Let's do it. All right, first measure of the verse. I'm pinching the E and the G at the same time. Then thumb and right on the G again. 1, 2, and. Right, just a simple G chord. Then the second half is E, B, D, G. So 6, 2, 4, 3. And that together. Right into the next measure, which is really similar but no pinch at the beginning. Just E, D, G, E, B, D, G. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and yeah, so exactly the same except there's no pinch. So put those 2 G's together and you got. We're gonna do the exact same thing for the C chord with the G and the bass, except I'm pinching the E and the B, right? It's exactly the same except the first note is on the B string instead of the G. So we got the pinch, 6, E and B. Then we have thumb and is on the G string. Then thumb and is on the B string. Thumb and is on the G. Then the next measure of that C chord, same thing, just no pinch at the beginning, otherwise it's the same. And no and at the end, so it's just 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Again, kind of random, no need to memorize it, just kind of feel it out, but here it is with the C chord. So putting those 2 together. Gonna find a big fat lady with 2 or 3 kids and sit down by her side. I'm going down to the Greyhound station. Gonna get a ticket to ride. We go back to the G, exactly the same way we did it before. And then we have a D with an F sharp in the bass. And I'm doing the same pattern I just did on the G. So we've got pinch, thumb, and thumb, and thumb, and exact same pattern we did on that first measure of the G. But the second measure of that D, we're going to do a little more sparse. It's just thumb, 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 B string, thumb. Let's sing one of those verses. Alright, nice and slow. Let's sing the first verse. 1, 2. I'm going down to the Greyhound station. Gonna get a ticket to ride. I'm gonna find that lady with 2 or 3 kids and sit down by her side. Let's do it again. It's hard to sing it that slow. Feed the pigeons some clay. What the hell does that lyric mean? I think just one beat. One. I'm going down to the Greyhound station, gonna get a ticket to ride. I'm gonna find that lady with 2 or 3 kids and sit down by her side. Ba-na-na-na. Whole thing repeats. So I lied, that previous part repeats twice. And it doesn't change until you get back in the game and start playing again. Let's learn that at the end of the verse. So we've got G chord again, pinch, thumb, and on the G string. So the pinch is E and G. Then it's E, B, D. Same exact thing, but you play the C chord. I think that's the same, yeah. Pinch on E and G, thumb and is on the B string there, sorry. Then it's thumb and on the G, thumb. So the melody notes are backwards. Instead of G, B, it's B, G. So we've got pinch, thumb and on the B string, thumb and on the G string, thumb. So those 2 measures, regular G. Differently. 1, 2, 3, and on the B string, 4, and on the G. Pinch, 2, 3, and 4, and pinch, 2, 3, and 4, and a quick D chord, and then he walks on the E string, open, 1, 2, and then back to the intro. So that ending, get back in the game and start playing again. And slow from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull off. Finger down. Finger up. Pinky. I'm going down to the Greyhound station, gonna get a ticket to ride. Gonna find that lady, 2 or 3 kids and sit down by her side. Again. Ride till the sun comes up and down around me about 2 or 3 times. Smoking cigarettes in the last seat, trying to hide my sorrow from the people I meet. One more time. Get along with it all. Go down where the people say y'all. Sing a song with a friend. Change the shape that I'm in. Get back in the game, start playing again. And then back to the intro. And now I'm looking for keyboard shortcuts that I already know. I'm editing videos into the late hours of the no. And I'm out of rhymes. Get back in the saddle again.